Let us now see the formation of calcium oxide molecule. Calcium we know is having the atomic number 20. The electronic configuration is 2882. That means there are two valence electrons. Now the two electrons which are present in the outermost shell will be donated by calcium because calcium is a metal. So when it donates its two electrons, it will be having the electronic configuration 288 plus 2 electrons are given away. Now 288 is the electronic configuration like that of the argon, that is the noble gas. So calcium ion becomes stable. Now 2 electrons it has given. Now these 2 electrons, where they will go? So they will be accepted by the oxygen. Oxygen we know that the atomic number is 8. The electronic configuration is 2, 6. Now 6 are the valence electrons, but the second shell is there. We know that it requires 2 more electrons so as to get 8 electrons in the valence shell. So these 2 electrons which are donated by the calcium atom will be accepted by oxygen atom, and it will have now 8 electrons in its outermost shell, and the electronic configuration will become 2, 8. But now you can see that there are 8 protons present because the atomic number is 8. But the number of electrons has become 2, 8. That means total number of electrons has become 10. 2 extra electrons will give 2 negative charges to the oxide ion. But now because it has acquired 8 electrons in the outermost shell, it has become the electronic configuration like that of neon. So it becomes stable. Now this calcium and the oxide ions which are oppositely charged will get attracted towards each other with the help of electrostatic force of attraction, and they form calcium oxide with the formula CaO. Now electron dot structure, if we see, calcium will show only the valence electrons. 2 valence electrons are shown by 2 dark dots plus 1 oxygen atom which is having 6 valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hollow dots are shown. So these hollow dots are the electrons of oxygen, and these 2 electrons which are donated by the calcium atom will be accepted by the oxygen atom in its valence shell. So we can see here total number of electrons in oxygen becomes 8 in the outermost shell, and calcium acquires 2 positive charges because it has donated the 2 electrons, and by donating its 2 electrons it will have 2, 8, 8. Again it will also have 8 electrons in its outermost shell. So both the calcium and oxygen atom will acquire 8 electrons in their outermost shell, and they form calcium oxide. Now calcium oxide again is a ionic compound because it is formed by the formation of ions, and ions are oppositely charged, so they get attracted towards each other by electrostatic force of attraction. So electrovalent bond is formed between calcium and oxide ion with the result formation of calcium oxide molecule. Now when the ionic compounds are formed, we have seen that one of the atoms will donate electrons. Now that donation of electrons is known as the loss of electrons. They are losing their electrons. Loss of electrons is known as oxidation. So the metal get oxidized because it is losing the electron, and we see that the electron which is lost by the metal will be accepted by other atom which is non-metal. So the non-metals will accept electrons and they get reduced because gain of electrons is known as reduction. So in the formation of electrovalent compounds, oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously, or we can say that the formation of ionic compounds are redox reactions. Loss of electrons is called oxidation. Which elements lose electrons? Metals lose electrons. So metals get oxidized, and non-metals have the tendency to accept electrons. The gain of electrons is known as the reduction. So non-metals get reduced with the formation of a molecule with, we can say, a chemical reaction takes place which is known as a redox reaction. In all the three formation of molecules which we have seen in all three examples, sodium chloride formation, magnesium chloride formation and calcium oxide formation. We have seen that the metals, that is sodium, magnesium and calcium, have lost electrons. Loss of electron, oxidation. So sodium, magnesium and calcium have oxidized, and the chlorine and the oxygen atoms gain electrons. Gain of electrons is known as reduction. So chlorine and oxygen have reduced. So the redox reactions have taken place.